pretty good. Better than the first one. Kinda sloppy. Sloppy all the way with no real Deadpool. My favorite out of all of them. Now the Wolverine. The Wolverine follows Logan after the events of X-Men 3, where he travels to Japan to meet a man from which he saved from the atomic bomb that dropped in Nagasaki. This man wants to thank him for that, but he also wants to give him a gift, stating that he could make him mortal and take away his healing power, which could turn on its head and make it a bad film, but in this case we have a very interesting character study for the character Logan, or the Wolverine, whichever, both same character, the same. You get the best portrayal of the Wolverine by Hugh Jackman. You see that he is suffering from the events that happened after X-Men 3, and he has to deal with that. He's seen so many people die in his life from his, 200 years of living, if you want to count. This starts to happen to him, and he doesn't know how to deal with it. While this is happening, he's trying to protect the man's granddaughter from the Yakuza, the Japanese mafia, and samurais and ninjas, and everything's going down, and it makes for a really interesting film. This is a standalone film. It's not stuffed with all these mutants that really make no sense to be in the film. I think I'm only going to do this one last time, but I'm trying to make a point. And you really just focus on the character Logan, and you see what he's going through, and you feel what he's going through, and you want him to be okay, and you don't know exactly how that's going to turn out for him. The setting of Japan. It's a great contrast to Logan, because he feels like such a fish out of water there. Customs are different, he doesn't know the place very well, and he just feels even more isolated from these people than he did back where he came from. The action in this movie is well thought out and well done. I mean, I thought that the train scene was going to be the cheesiest part of that film, but it was pretty exhilarating to watch him tumble and fly over the trains, and it's a really cool scene. With that being said, let's get into just a tiny bit of the negatives. I didn't really have many problems with this film, but there are a couple things. There is this villain. Her name's Viper, and she kind of reminded me of Poison Ivy. And I just didn't really like that character, not because she's bad, I'm just saying I kind of think that character was kind of a cop-out. Last 30 minutes of the film are the most comic booky part of the film, but the rest of the film carries this nice serious tone, and you really understand the character of Logan throughout the best of this entire film. And the gripes that I had aren't enough to really push the movie down, but they're enough to, not raise it up either. This film is in 3D. You don't need to see it in 3D. I saw it in 3D, and it doesn't add much. Oh, before I leave, of course I have to talk about the score by Marco Beltrami. It's a really good score. And like I said, I'm going to be doing reviews about scores. That's probably going to be my first one. So look for that. I think I'm going to give The Wolverine 4 out of 5 stars. I was surprised by it. I think that movie is the surprise of the summer for me, and when I make my recap, you understand why I think that's the surprise summer hit for me. So what are your thoughts? Have you seen Wolverine? Do you think it's the best? What's your favorite X-Men film? Let me know. Comment below. And if you like this video, please click subscribe